This is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza, and welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. Hope you're doing well, health-wise and also economically. There's a lot of issues right now during the middle of the pandemic. This video was shot very late July 2020, and a lot of things are going across, negative things are going across this nation right now regarding the pandemic. Again, I hope you are doing well, seriously. As for me, I'm going to be talking about some trivial items, essentially my issues regarding trying to get an RV. I've been trying to get another RV for quite a while, and I've been having some issues trying to cooperate with my wife's values and my values. Okay, this is a typical, conundrum a lot of us have with our spouses. Okay, so historically, my wife and I used to go do a lot of camping in the Sierras, New Mexico, Colorado, all over the, New Mexico, and again, Arizona, in our Class B, RV. We had a lot of great times, a lot of fantastic places we visited when we lived in San Francisco. We could only, have a Class B in San Francisco because it had to fit in our driveway, okay, and in our house in San Francisco. So I really enjoyed those times, and then we moved to Texas, and eventually we sold our Class B. Then we decided to do some what you call camping, just with a tent, and also some backpacking. We would backpack again into the Sierras in the Rockies and stay there for a week or so, and just camp in the mountains, and never see any people for like a whole week. And we'd get the water and filter it from the lake, and we'd have filtration systems, and we'd eat our little rations, etc., and do a little fishing. It was a lot of fun. My wife and I enjoy hiking and camping, but we're getting a lot older. We're both over 65. I'm a little bit older than my wife, significantly, like 3 years older than my wife. So I've been trying to convince her to get a travel trailer. I've been trying to convince her for the last 3 years. I said, hey, we're not as spry as we used to be. But she's very conservative in regards to our finances. In fact, she has a vice grip on her finances. The funny thing, my wife always says, would you like to help me with the finances? And I say, okay, I'll help you out. And she goes, no. And then she basically just reverts back and says, nah, it's all right. You can't help me with the finances. I have a specific plan and idea for our money. Your money, Jesus, and my money, Anne. Okay, so she likes to control the money. So that's strike one against me. Okay. So we both have a pretty healthy income, over $100,000, a year, and we're doing pretty good. And we have 401ks, we have Roth IRAs, I have a pension, and she, the list goes on and on. And we have savings, and we have money in the bank that we got to figure out what to do with, and trying to organize our finances. One of the things I wanted to, I tried about 4 years ago, when we moved around. We were living in Fort Worth at this time, and we're still living in Fort Worth. I was trying to convince her to get a RV, just a small RV. I have a small truck that can tow 7,000 pounds. I said, figure a 5,000 pound dry weight, 25-foot, small travel trailer would be perfectly fine to tow, as long as you don't overburden. You just had about, under 1,000 pounds of stuff, and it's pretty good. Especially go in the mountains. We go a lot in the mountains. We don't just go to, in parts in Texas and stay in the flat zones of the prairies of Texas, Nebraska, and Iowa. We don't go do that stuff. We go to the mountains. We like the mountains because why? Why would any self-righteous, self-absorbed Texan want to go to the mountains? Well, right now it's 100 degrees. Last week it's 100 degrees. For the next few weeks it's going to be 100 degrees. So if you travel, 10 hours away, you're in the northern New Mexico, southern Colorado, in the mountains at 8,000 feet elevation, and it's cool. Right now in Texas, it's about 95, 100 degrees typically, sometimes 110 degrees. Over there, it's, overnight temperatures are in the 40s, daytime temperatures are in the 70s and 80s. A nice respite from the Texas heat. In fact, next week we're going truck bed camping. That means I have a little camper shell on my truck, and we sleep in the back in some sleeping bags, and we eat, outdoors and cook on a propane stove. We carry our own water. And when we want to poop, we have a little tent with a bucket, and we poop in a bucket with a plastic bag. And when each person's done, we wrap up the plastic bag and collect them, and then eventually dump them, okay? That's how it is. Sometimes we can find a little area where we can dig a ditch with a little spade, and we poop in that and cover it up. Of course, number one rule if you're going to poop outdoors is don't poop on the trail. Poop to the side of the trail, about 10, 15 feet. There you can poop, but not where people are walking. Nobody, absolutely nobody that I know about wants to step into your, poop. Okay, so rule one. So my wife, I came into some money, so I said, hey, let's spend this 30 grand and buy a $22,000 RV. I think it was a year and a half ago. Let's go buy me an RV finally. I want to get a new RV. Truck bed camping's okay, but I want to get an RV where I have my own toilet, my own sink, my own stove, and I can watch some TV, put a satellite dish, listen to some music, just read some books, and we can hang out, blah 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 blah. You know the drill. She said, yeah, let's do it. And then she said, oh, maybe not. We're going to be moving in 2022, 2023, hopefully not 2020, by 2024, hopefully sooner, from Texas, which is very affordable, to Northern California, which is expensive, okay, relatively expensive. There's some small communities you can buy a nice house. So my wife earlier this week said, hey, after some conversation, maybe we can buy an RV this year. You've convinced me. So what I convinced her of? I said, hey, we can get all our stuff after selling most of our cheaper stuff. We keep the best stuff, furniture, best things that we have, like camera equipment, lights and stuff like that, her office equipment, computers and stuff, and certain pieces of furniture we actually love. We coalesce it, put it in storage somewhere like in Red Bluff, California, some small community down there, for $150, $200 a month, and we just leave it there. In the meantime, we have a travel trailer which we can go to different communities, Chico, Arcata, Redding, great fishing communities. I love to go fishing. I have some friends down there who are into fishing and work for fishing magazines and fishing, editors of publications down there and do a lot of fishing. And I'm totally jealous of their trout fishing and salmon fishing. Redding, California is called the fishing capital of pretty much of the West Coast. Great salmon and trout fishing. Beautiful mountains. And of course, you can go into the Sierras and absolutely gorgeous. You can go west to the beach, absolutely gorgeous. Go fishing at the ocean. And I love to fish. So we can live in our camper, go to different spots. I can do little YouTube videos on this campsite, that river, that fishing location, that beach, etc., etc. Have some good, have good times. Do some, boondocking here, and also some mooch docking. I have family, of course, in San Jose, and I have friends in San Francisco, and I have friends in San Rafael, Mill Valley, Monterey. The list goes on. And do some mooch docking. I love to mooch duck. Both of my sisters have ranches in the San Jose foothills, and I can, they already have their RVs parked there, and I can just park mine on their ranch property and just hang out for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So mooch docking, looking for properties. Of course, not in San Francisco, not in San Jose, not Carmel. I can't afford those communities. But like Chico, Arcata, Redding, those small communities, and the small communities in Northern California, close to the Oregon border. So my wife said, yeah, maybe that'll work. Of course, today she said to me, hey, Jesus, let's buy that RV at the same time we buy our house. And I go, that's not going to work. I know you. I told my wife, Ann, I said, I know you, and I know how you think. I've been married for you for decades now, and I know how you think. Okay, there's a house. This is just me imagining, pre-visualizing our experience. There's a house in Chico, and I'm making up this number, okay? There's a $500,000 house, beautiful house in a nice neighborhood in Chico. We love it. But there's another one for $25,000, $30,000 more with a swimming pool. Wow. next to a beautiful park beautiful park, and it's a nicer looking house. It's a Mediterranean house like we both love. And she's gonna go, maybe we shouldn't buy that RV. Maybe we should just spend the extra $30,000 and get the house we really want. Don't you want to buy the best house ever? So I pre-visualize that's what's going to happen. So that's a downer. So I was excited. My wife said, hey, maybe we can buy a house. Maybe. I mean, I'm not a house, but maybe we can buy an RV in 2021. So she's delayed it. She says maybe 2023, 2024. Marriage. And when we buy the house, we may buy also an RV. That's like showing your wife a diamond. And then she sees the one next to it that's a little bit more. You can get a nice Rolex with diamonds, or she can get a better ring with diamonds. She's gonna go, I would like a better ring. Can I have the better ring, Jesus? That's how it works. Okay, I understand my wife after being married with her for a long time. So wish me luck. Trying to get a travel trailer at this time is problematic. I have the money in my account, but she also but she has a vice grip on it. She has a vice grip. She has a very firm grip on it. It's like a golden eagle with a rabbit in her talons. The talons are gripping ever so deeply into the heart and entrails of the rabbit. And that rabbit has no chance, okay? And I'm the rabbit, okay? I have no chance. So from Fort Worth, Texas, my conundrum. I just wanted to talk about it. Just give you a heads up where I'm at. I'm praying, crossing my fingers I can get one maybe the summer of 2021. You never know. This is going ups and downs. We'll see what happens. I want to get a travel trailer this weekend. This week, we're going to be going to northern New Mexico, southern Colorado, doing some truck bed camping. It's not as glamorous as camping in a nice, simple travel trailer. Again, what would I prefer? A travel trailer. Yes, of course I want a travel trailer. I can't afford a Prevo, a $2 million Prevo, but I can definitely afford, just throw out the cash and just buy a travel trailer right now. And we got the cash. It's just a matter, if it's going to go in that direction. And of course, my wife, she has those talons right there in that cash. Is she going to let it out of her grip? Probably not. I understand. I totally understand. Some people have insecurities regarding their finances, okay? And they just like to be very super conservative. Again, that's her strong suit and also her negative suit. That's how she is. She's very, very, very conservative with money. Are you conservative with money? Some of us are. Some of us, save every penny, and we live in, look like we're poor. Okay. I've heard stories of people, that look like bums, but they're actually quite wealthy. So, that's how it is. So from Fort Worth, Texas, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much ahead of time. If you can leave your kind and friendly comments below the description, I would greatly appreciate it. Do you have the same situation I have, the same conundrum? Would you like me to, be more tough, be more manly? Just say, hey, this is the law of the land. I am the man of the house. Just note it below the description and tell me, hey, Jesus, you're the man of the house. But I'm not that kind of person. I believe in a 50-50 relationship with your wife, my partner in life, okay? I'm not overly macho. I know a lot of people that are overly macho, but I am definitely not a macho man, okay? From Fort Worth, Texas, again, thanks for watching. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.